helping hand, a helping hand. Do you need a helping hand? If the job's too big, if you're in a jam, you'll need a helping hand. A helping hand, a helping hand. Do you need a helping hand? If the job's too big, if you're in a jam, you'll need a helping hand.
One day a red tomato got a great big job to do.
He asked his friend the cucumber to help him see it through.
Now cucumbers are silly and sometimes get confused.
What did he say? Did it go okay? We'll leave that up to you.
Hey Larry, can you help us? This here's my neighbor Joe. His mom is at the doctor. She broke her big left toe. She asked if I could help her finish up a couple chores. But I can't do them all myself. I need Joe's help and yours.
A helping hand, a helping hand. Bob needs a helping hand. The job's too big, he's in a jam. Bob needs a helping hand. A helping hand, a helping hand. He needs a helping hand. The job's too big,
He's in a jam.
he needs a helping hand.
Sure, Bob. I'd love to be a helper. This suit helps me fight crime. I couldn't be more willing. I do it all the time.
And I can be his sidekick pal. I'm Mighty Teeny Joe. Though critics don't stand a chance against my teeny mighty blow.
A helping hand, a helping hand. Bob needs a helping hand. Help,
But we've got a hunch that's a bit too much. He just needs a helping hand.
A helping hand, a helping hand. He needs a helping hand. He likes your zeal, but it's no big deal. He just needs a helping hand.
I had something else in mind. See, I can rake the leaves while Larry cleans the shed. And Joe can fold the laundry, feed the dog and make his bed. Then I will vacuum all the rugs while Joe is busy dusting. And Larry, you can mop the floor before it gets disgusting.
I wonder what the cucumber's gonna do.
I was thinking that I could use my chopsticks to eat yogurt by the plateful. We'll teach the spoonless people, they'll be forever grateful. And Mighty Teeny Joe loves helping any way he can. He'll help the forkless people eat gazpacho from a pan.
That's pretty much what we figured.
Well, that's nice, Larry, but don't you see that you can be a helper by sweeping up the floors? You don't need superpowers to oil squeaky doors. Be a super helper, pile papers in a stack. There's lots of stuff that we can do before Joe's mom gets back.
Whoa! A helping hand, a helping hand. Bob needs a helping hand.
He's been a little dim.
Maybe it's sinking in. Will Larry lend a helping hand?
You know, Bob, you're right. I fear my mind was focused on some bigger, grander things. Like using super suction ears or super teeny wings. But now I know the love we show is equally as grand. To be God's superhero, simply lend a helping hand.
Yay, he got it! A helping hand, a helping hand. Will you lend a helping hand? When the job's too big and someone's in a jam, always lend a helping hand. Always lend a helping hand.
But how tomatoes break their toes, I'll never understand. Oh, hello there. Glad you could stop by. I'm Clark Wayne, a storyteller. It's a perfect night for a story, don't you think? A story set on the big river? Yes, the Mississippi River, from the woods of northern Minnesota to New Orleans. They say a drop of water that falls into Lake Itasca way up here will be in the Gulf of Mexico 90 days later. Of course, most people like to get down the river a little quicker than that. This is a story about just such a fella, and to tell it, we're gonna have to take a little trip down the old river ourselves. Hello, Chateau.
Hello, Kimosabi.
Not a soul out here at night. We should have the river all to ourselves. Oh, the mighty Mississippi, it's flowing strong and wide. Just me and you in an old canoe with a trusty Indian guide. Yeah, I'm a trusty Indian guide.
I prefer the term Native American.
Did you say something?
Ready? Okay! Gonna take a trip on the mighty Mississippi. Gonna take a little trippy on the mighty Mississippi.
Must be a slumber party. Gonna take a trip on the Mississippi. Gonna take a little trippy on the mighty Mississippi. Gonna take a trip on the Mississippi. Gonna take a little trippy on the mighty Mississippi. The mighty Mississippi, it's flowing strong and wide. Just me and you in an old canoe with a trusty Indian. Oh, I'm sorry, with my trusty Native American guide. Gonna take a trip on the Mississippi. Gonna take a little trippy on the mighty Mississippi. Gonna take a trip. Not so loud, Chato. This is where our story starts.
Timber!
Dooley and Sons Lumber Camp. That's Mr. Dooley himself. He was in the tree removal business. In fact, Dooley had a way of removing anything or anyone who lumbered in his way. Get it? Lumber?
Better! Harder! Faster! We're loggers! We're loggers! It's a beat shake, no singing! What seems to be the holdup, Otto?
Oh, we're having a bit of trouble with this big one.
Call Big Jim. Now, Otto.
Big Jim, strong as an ox and twice as tall, struck fear into anyone that laid eyes on him. He was so tough he could...
Do I know you?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just the narrator.
Okie dokie. Get a move on, Big Jim. I'm not paying you to stand around all day.
Actually, you're not paying him at all.
Oh, yeah. That's right, isn't it?
Unlike the other loggers, Big Jim was not an employee of Dooley & Sons, Inc. 5 years ago, he was caught in Elk River, Minnesota with 1,100 pounds of stolen turkey jerky. As the sole witness, Mr. Dooley testified against Jim in court. Jim didn't go to prison. He was, however, sentenced to 3 years of community service at, of all places, a Dooley & Sons lumber camp.
Good work, Big Jim. Here, have some jerky.
Yeah, Mr. Dooley, there's been an accident.
What happened?
It's Silverstein. He got a splinter.
A splinter!
Hurry, there's not much time.
Oh. Hey, you there. Keep an eye on Big Jim.
There are times when fate reaches down and grabs you by the lapels. This was one of those times. The logger in question, Steve, was not the sharpest blade in the sawmill. What Dooley said was, keep an eye on Big Jim. What Steve heard was, please run into town and get me a strawberry smoothie. Which is exactly what he did. For Big Jim, the cookie of opportunity was clearly on the table. He grabbed it.
Huh? Where's Big Jim? Hey, why didn't you stop him?
Oh, I'm the narrator. I'm not supposed to get involved.
Otto!
Come back here, you scallywagger!
Stop it, Jim! You're gonna be in some...
Come back, there he is! Where is
Was that your dog barking?
No, that was Steve. He likes to bark when we chase things.
Well, that's just great. Is that a smoothie?
Not every day on the Mississippi was quite so exciting, nor every situation so rife with turmoil. Take this scene, for example. That there green fella is Huckleberry Larry, though most folks just call him Huck. And the red guy is Tomato Sawyer. Most folks just call him Tom since, well, tomato seems a little obvious. These two happy bachelors are homesteading. What's homesteading? Well, when the U.S. government settled the West, they cut it into little pieces of land called homesteads. Now, if you could live on a piece of land for 5 years without starving or getting run off by bears, the government would give it to you. These fellas been living on their homesteads for 4 years, 362 days. Yep, come Friday, just 3 days away, this land will be theirs.
3 more days, Huck, and this land will be ours.
Our dreams are coming true.
Can I borrow some more nails?
Sure thing, they're in my tent, behind the record collection. Once I own this land and finish my theme park, I'll be selling tickets and turkey jerky to all the jerky-loving folks on the riverboats. I'm gonna call it Jerky Land. Mr. Jerky will be my mascot.
Yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Where'd you say the nails were?
Behind all the records.
Now, before MP3 players, there were circular vinyl discs called... oh, forget it.
You and your obscure music. Bobby Roberts and his Happy Monkey? Mama Bell and Little Jimmy?
Mama Bell and Little Yimmy are not obscure. They sold over 1 million albums before Little Yimmy disappeared 5 years ago.
Huh. You know, Huck, the theme park business is very capital intensive. It's hard to make any money in it.
I'm not in it for the money, Tom. It's the action.
Right. Hey, have you thought any more about joining me in my new business? There's a lot of action in tax preparation.
I still don't know what that is.
Well, I'm going to help people prepare their federal tax returns each year. It's very complicated, but I've got a good head for numbers. I'm sure you could pick it up, too. Could you give me a hand?
Sure. Always glad to help a friend.
You know, there isn't a single tax preparer on the Mississippi anywhere between Minnesota and New Orleans. The market is wide open.
What the tomato may have missed in his business plan is that this is 1904, and the federal income tax will not be established until 1913. For the next 9 years, he will, in fact, have the market all to himself. What he will not have is customers.
Or did you? Am I to the?
I could tell him this, but as the narrator, technically speaking, I'm not supposed to get involved.
Who's that guy?
I think it was Colonel Sanders.
Really?
Where's your dog?
What? Oh, that's Steve. He likes to bark. We're looking for a man, a dangerous man. Have you seen him? Wrong poster.
No, I don't think so.
Well, think harder. He tore up a factory with his bare hands, and he's headed your way. This is a signal flare. If you see him, set this off and we'll come running.
Why did he tear up the factory?
He was looking for something.
What?
Turkey jerky.
What are we going to do now?
We're going to Muscatine.
But we've got to get back to camp. The boys won't know what to do without us.
What are we supposed to do without him? We could sing.
Some in their dentists and some in our cops, while others run delis or bicycle shops. We fancy our flannel and extra long saws. We'd only be happy with this job because we're loggers, we're loggers. Logs!
You got the flare?
Yes, it's right here in my tent.
You got the matches?
Yes, I have the matches. But honestly, why would he come here? We don't have any turkey jerky.
No, but we're gonna, as soon as I open Jerky Land.
Well, sure, but nobody knows that now. Do they? Do they, Huck?
I might have put up a sign or two. For 29.
29 signs? Where?
Along the river. It's advertising, Tom. My amusement park for dummies book says I have to do it.
Well, does it tell you what to do when your advertising attracts a homicidal turkey jerky loving maniac? Does it?
I don't know. I'm only on chapter 3.
What was that? Phew, it's just birds. Okay, we need to come up with a plan. We need to take down all those signs.
Tom?
We need to build a fort with cannons.
Tom?
We need, say, 60 to 70 tall pine trees and iron ore for the cannons.
Tom, what?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Do you know the way to St. Louis? I want to sing with my mama.
We don't have any turkey jerky. I haven't bought my inventory yet.
I don't like turkey jerky.
Well, of course you don't. None of us like turkey jerky, do we, Huck?
I love turkey jerky. I'm building the whole thing.
Signal flare.
What?
So, you aren't looking for turkey jerky. You just want to sing with your mama.
In St. Louis, she said, meet me in St. Louis, Louis.
But your name is Jim.
My middle name is Louis.
Right. Signal flare. So tell me, Jim Louie.
Mama Bell called me Little Yimmy.
Mama Bell and Little Yimmy.
Well, sure. I could see why they'd call you Little Yimmy.
Mama Bell and Little Yimmy. So, you were named after these guys?
Mama!
That's your mama?
And me, Little Yimmy!
That's you.
I grew.
Oh, well, sure you did. It gave the airplay.
K-O-A. A-K-O-A. Okay. I'm just gonna go put the record away now. In the other tent.
Why don't you take a nap on your boat? Or whatever, and we'll go call for help. We have a signaling device.
How do I light it?
With the matches, next to my books.
Oh, here they are.
So, rest well.
Got it.
Wait, not in a tent!
Thank you for helping me.
It's the least we could do. You rest now. Help is on the way. What am I gonna do for a tent now?
I didn't know it was gonna do that.
Well, what did you think it was gonna do?
The emotion of the moment was overwhelming. Wait, the reward.
What? $100 reward. That's right.
You could buy a new tent.
And you'll have enough money to finish Jerky Land. This day has turned out all right after all.
Yeah, as long as little Yimmy doesn't get hungry and eat us before that scary guy with the Steve dog gets here.
Right.
Do you hear something?
Sounds like singing.
River, a giggle with glee. River, Yimmy and me.
Wait a minute.
Happy river, doo-doo. Happy river, doo-doo. Happy river, doo-doo. Happy river, doo-doo.
Catfish will quiver and giggle with glee as we paddle down the river just for Yimmy and me. Don't need complaining at the miles that are remaining. Happy river, happy river. Ain't highfalutin when the river
Mississippi River. Doot, doot.
He's telling the truth. What? He's little Yimmy. It's him.
But he's huge!
He grew. It's him, I tell ya. No one else can sing with Mama Bell just like that.
And we just called that scary guy and Barking Steve to come take him back to whatever nasty place they came from.
I don't know.
We gotta help him get to St. Louis so he can sing with his mama.
Wait a minute! He tore up a factory!
He couldn't have. He's allergic to turkey jerky. See?
Huh? Little Yimmy sings the I'm allergic to turkey jerky blues?
It's the scary guy and Barking Steve. Run, little Yimmy! We gotta go wake him up.
But the reward money!
We gotta save little Yimmy! Too late. They're here.